sure whether you've seen a map of a person's mind.
You won't forget me, Peter, will you? Not before spring cleaning comes round.
Doctors have tried to draw a map of a child's mind. It is not only confused, but keeps going around all the time.
There are zigzag lines on it, probably roads on an island.
Neverland is always more or less an island, with astonishing splashes of color here and there, and coral reefs.
And lonely lairs.
And gnomes who are mostly tailors.
And caves through which a river runs.
And princes with 6 elder brothers.
And huts, fast going to decay.
And one very small old lady with a hooked nose.
It would be an easy map if that were all. But there's also the first day of school. Religion. Fathers.
The round pies.
Needlework. Last
Turners.
Demonstrative adjectives?
Chocolate pudding day.
Shooting in the braces.
How's for pulling out your tooth?
Neverland's very a good deal.
Oh, who is Captain Hook?
Peter, don't you remember? You killed him and saved my life.
I forget them after I killed them.
Oh, Tinkerbell remembers.
Oh, who is Tinkerbell?
Peter, she drank poison for you.
There's such a lot of them. I expect she's dead by now.
You won't forget me, though, will you? Peter.
George, the other night I saw a boy at the window.
3 floors up.
Well, he escaped, but his shadow hadn't time to get out.
Well, I don't think it's anyone we know, but he does look a scoundrel.
Dear night lights that protect my sleeping child, burn clear and steadfast tonight.
You two have been there. You can still hear the sound of the surf, though you shall land no more.
Of all delectable islands, the Neverland is the snuggest and most compact. Not large and sprawly, you know, with tedious distances between one adventure and another, but nicely crammed.
When you play at it by day, with the chairs and tablecloth, it is not in the least alarming.
But in the 2 minutes before you go to sleep, it becomes very real. So, there are night lights.
All children except one grow up. They soon know that they will grow up.
And the way Wendy knew was this.
One day, when she was 2 years old, she was playing in a garden. She plucked another flower and ran with it to her mother. She must have looked rather delightful, for Mrs. Darling put her hand to her heart and cried.
Oh, why can't you remain like this forever?
This is all that passed between them on the subject. But, henceforth, Wendy knew that she must grow up.
You always know after you are 2. 2 is the beginning of the end.
Before Wendy came, her mother was the chief one. She was a lovely lady, with a romantic mind.
Such a sweet mocking mouth.
Her romantic mind was like the tiny boxes, one within the other, that come from the puzzling East. However many you discover, there is always one more.
And her sweet mocking mouth had one kiss on it that Wendy could never get. Though there it was, perfectly conspicuous in the right-hand corner.
How did Mr. Darling win her?
The many gentlemen who had been boys when she was a girl discovered simultaneously that they loved her, and so they all ran to her house to propose, except for Mr. Darling, who took a cab and nipped in first. And so he got her.
He got all of her, except for the innermost box and the kiss. He never knew about the box, and in time, he gave up trying for the kiss.
Stars are beautiful, but they may not take an active part in anything. They must just look on, forever.
It is a punishment. What a love for something they did so long ago, that no star now knows what it once was.
So, the older ones have become glassy-eyed and seldom speak.
Winking is a star language.
But the little ones still wonder. They're not very friendly to Peter, who has a mischievous way of stealing up behind them and trying to blow them out. But they're so fond of fun that they're on his side tonight and anxious to get the grown-ups out of the way.
So, as soon as the door of 27 closed on Mr. and Mrs. Darling, there was a commotion in the firmament, and the smallest of stars in the Milky Way cried out, "Now, Peter! Peter, now!"
If you could listen close and slow down time, you'd hear what fairies are really saying. You silly ass, you silly ass. To the human ear, it sounds much faster, like this.
Tinkerbell! done with soap. Get back here. Come on, stop it. No! Come on!
Boy, why are you crying?
What's your name?
Wendy. Wendy Moira Angela Darling. What's yours?
Peter Pan.
Well, where do you live?
Second star to the right and straight on to the morning.
What a funny address. Is that what they put on the letters?
Don't get me letters.
Oh, but your mother must get letters.
I don't have a mother.
Oh, Peter, no wonder you were crying.
I wasn't crying about mothers. I was crying because I can't get my shadow to stick on. Besides, I wasn't crying.
Has it come off?
Yes.
You can't stick it on soap. How exactly like a boy. It must be sewn on.
What's so?
You are dreadfully ignorant.
No, I'm not.
I shall sew it on for you, my little man. I dare say it will hurt a little.
Oh, I shan't cry. I've never cried in my life. How clever I am! Oh, the cleverness of me!
There never was a cocky boy, of course. I did nothing.
You did a little.
Well, if I'm of no use, I shall at least withdraw.
Don't withdraw, Wendy! Wendy, I get up crowing when I'm pleased with myself. Wendy, one girl is more use than 20 boys.
Do you really think so, Peter?
Yes, I do.
Well, then I shall get up, and I shall give you a kiss. Surely you know what a kiss is.
I shall know when you give it to me. Now, shall I give you a kiss?
If you wish to. I shall wear it on a chain round my neck. How old are you, Peter?
I don't know. I'm young, Wendy. I ran away the day I was born. It was because I heard father and mother talking about what I was to be when I became a man. I don't ever want to be a man. I always want to be a little boy and to have fun. I've lived a long, long time among the
No,
fairies.
Peter, you know fairies.
You see, when the first baby laughed for the first time, its laugh broke into a million bajillion pieces and they all went skipping about. And that was the beginning of fairies. And so there ought to be one fairy for every boy and girl.
Ought to be, isn't there?
No. You see, children know such a lot nowadays. They soon don't believe in fairies. Every time a child says, I don't believe in fairies, there's a fairy somewhere that falls down dead. Can't think where she's gotten to. Tink. Tink.
Peter, do you mean to tell me there's a fairy in this room right now?
She was just here. You don't hear her, do you?
Oh, all I can hear is like a tinkle of little bells.
That's Tink. That's the fairy language. I think I hear her too. Wendy, I do believe I shut her up in the drawer. You shouldn't say such things. Of course, I'm very sorry, but how could I have known you were in the drawer?
Hey, Peter, she would only stand still for a moment and get a good look at her.
I hardly ever stand still.
How lovely.
Tink, this lady says she wishes you were her fairy.
What did she say?
She's not polite. She says you're dumb. And that she's my fairy. But you know you can't be my fairy, Tink, because I'm a gentleman and you are a lady.
You silly ass.
She's quite a common fairy. We call her Tinkerbell because she mends our tin kettles and pots.
Peter, tell me about your home.
I live with the Lost Boys.
Who are they?
They are the children who fall out of their perambulators when the nurse is looking the other way.
What fun it must be.
Yes, but we are rather lonely. You see, we have no female companionship.
Aren't any of the others girls?
Oh, no. Girls you know are much too clever to fall out of their brands.
Oh, Peter, I do think it's quite sweet the way you speak about girls. So, you may give me a kiss.
thought you wanted back.
Yeah, I don't mean a kiss. I mean a thimble.
What's that?
It's like this.
Funny. Now, shall I give you a thimble?
If you wish to.
What is it, Wendy?
It was exactly as if someone was pulling my hair.
Oh, that must have been Tink. I've never known her to be so naughty before. She says she will do that to you, Wendy, every time I give you a thimble.
But why?
Why? Tink!
You silly ass.
Do you know why I come here, Wendy?
Me?
To hear stories. You see, I don't know any stories, and none of the Lost Boys know any stories.
Oh, how awful.
Do you know why swallows build in the eaves of houses? It's to hear the stories. Wendy, your mother was telling you such a lovely story.
Which one was it?
About the prince who couldn't find the lady who wore the glass slipper.
Peter, that's Cinderella, and he finds her and they live happily ever after. Away, no, Peter.
To tell the other boys.
I don't know, I hear such lots of stories.
Someone there? Who's there? Hello?
Gotcha! You can't escape! Are you a pirate? No, I'm not a pirate. I'm a flower. A tiger lily. You're not a pirate now, are you?
I'm lost. I'm a lost boy.
I won't hurt you.
I'm terrified of pirates when Peter's gone.
Well, you're safe now.
I dreamt last night that the prince found Cinderella. I'm dying to know the end of the story.
Who's Cinderella?
You know, from the story. Something about shoes, a deep black lake, and mice with no eyes. We don't have mothers, but Peter Pan comes back to tell us more of the stories.
Oh, I know Peter Pan. Are you one of the ones that fell from your crib? You're safe now.
Peter's gone away, and I'm frightfully anxious. The only thing I remember about my mother is that she often used to say to Father, oh, I wish I had a checkbook of my own. Now, I'm not exactly sure what a checkbook is, but I would just love to get my mother one. Hello? Tiger Lily? Are you there? Is someone? Hello? Is someone there? Hello?
Stories I can tell the boys.
You come with me and tell the other boys.
I can't think of Mummy. Besides, I can't fly.
I'll teach you to jump on the wind's back and then away we go.
How lovely it would be to fly.
Wendy, when you aren't sleeping in your silly bed, you might be flying about with me saying funny things to the stars.
I'm scared, Peter.
And Wendy, there are mermaids.
Mermaids with tails.
Such long tails.
To see a mermaid.
Wendy, you could tuck us in at night.
Peter.
None of us has ever been tucked in at night. And you could darn our clothes and make pockets for us. None of us has any pockets.
I suppose it would be awfully fascinating.
You ready?
How do you do it?
You just think lovely, wonderful thoughts and they lift you up into the air.
I can't.
Well, first you need fairy dust, and then you need a happy thought. Can you think of one?
My mum.
Don't be silly, you've got to do better than that.
Cherry pie. Violets. Walks on the beach.
Wiggle your shoulders this way.
Painting. And roses. And sea glass. And you. Oh, look at me. Do we dare go out?
Let's do 1,000,000,000 miles.
Oh, I don't know if I can, Peter.
Can, Wendy, it's easy. I'll protect the pirates.
Peter, I'm scared.
Just as they arrived home, Mr. and Mrs. Darling looked up at the nursery window. And yes, it was still shut, but the room was ablaze with light. And then the most horrifying sight of all. You could see in shadow on the curtain 2 little figures circling round and round. Not on the floor, but in the air.
Come, Wendy.
He rushed into the nursery too late.
The birds were flowering.
I'm flying.
How still the night is. Nothing sounds alive. Yo ho, the pirate life, the flag a skull and bone.
A merry hour, a hempen robe, and a hey for Davy Jones! Hey!
How do I look?
Cadaverous.
Mr. Sneak, risking penalty of this, did you or did you not pluck that lily?
I did.
And where is she now?
All tied up, Captain, to a rock in the center of the lagoon. She'll be out of your hair now, Captain.
Oh? Someone there? Hello?
Shall I after him and tickle him with Johnny Corkscrew and wake the audience? He's a silent fellow.
Shh! Get him! And what not he, but his captain, Peter Pan. 'Twas he cut off my arm. I've waited long to shake his hand with this. Oh, I'll tear him.
And yet I've often heard that hookers with a score of hands for combing the hair and other homely uses.
Aye, if I was a mother, I'd pray my child be born with this instead of that.
Unrip your plan, Captain. I'm sure you've got one.
Yes, I have a plan.
So unrip it.
We wait, Steve. We wait for that pan.
Where were you?
Just down there talking to the mermaids. See, their scales always get stuck to you.
How long ago did we leave the window?
Are you hungry, Wendy?
No, I'm sleepy. Peter, aren't we almost there?
Yes, we're almost there.
Stay with me, Peter.
We get off here. The island is looking for us.
Where?
Where all those millions of golden arrows are pointing, those are fairies.
I'm in there's the lagoon.
Everybody, close your eyes. The first thing seen is merely some whitish dots, trudging along, and you can tell by their twinkling that they're probably fairies of the commoner sort, coming home from some party, having a cheery tiff, by the way. Then Peter's star wakes up, and in the blink of it, which is much stronger than in our stars, you can make out massive trees, though what you really see is the shadows of them.
They're really out to greet Peter in the way they think he would like them to greet him, with mermaids basking in the lagoon, pirates landing invisibly. In the daytime, you think Neverland is only make-believe, and so it is to the likes of you.
But now that Peter's here, this is the Neverland come true.
An open-air scene.
A forest.
A beautiful lagoon.
What adventure!
Another. Summertime. Another.
Oh,
You came back. Did the slipper fit someone you know? Did you find her?
Who's here? Peter?
Don't ask me. Ask her new mother. Wendy?
Last, I'd like to get you your own checkbook. Hello, I'm lost boys, but you found us anyways.
Tell him, Wendy.
He finds her. The prince finds Cinderella, and they live happily ever after. As they should. You should have known it would end that way.
I shouldn't I? Thank you, Wendy.
You see, she's a lady. Here's the kiss she gave me.
One of her kisses. Let me see. It's a kiss already.
Can I hold it?
Still sleepy, Wendy.
I couldn't shut my eyes if I wanted to. Show me the mermaid.
To the lagoon at once.
If you shut your eyes and are a lucky one, you may see at times a shapeless pool of lovely pale colors suspended in the darkness. Then, if you squeeze your eyes tighter, the pool begins to take shape, and the colors become so vivid that with another squeeze they must go on fire. But just before they go on fire, we see the lagoon. This is the nearest you'll ever get to it on the mainland. Just one heavenly moment. If there could be two moments, you might see the surf and hear the mermaids singing.
Let's spend all day here.
We can if you like, Wendy.
I could sit here for hours, get started on the pockets and socks for the lost boys.
You can if you like, Wendy, but we'll have to have our adventure sooner or later.
Well, in the meanwhile, you shall
The most haunting time at which to see mermaids is at the turn of the moon, when they utter strange wailing cries.
Did you hear something? I said, did you hear something, or should I wake Peter?
I don't see why you would.
You're right. It would not be very motherly of me.
Welcome to Neverland.
Tink could have said something, but Wendy really pissed her off. Shivers slowly rolled over the lagoon. I do wish I could understand what you were saying, Tinkerbell. Harry, the sun is gone. Wendy could no longer see threads of her needle, and when she looked up the lagoon that had always hitherto been such a laughing place, it seemed formidable and unfriendly. It's not as if night has come, but something as dark as night.
You didn't wake me. Lucky for you, I smell danger even in my sleep. Pirates!
Hide me!
The night is still tonight. This is the hour when children in their homes are in bed. Their lips bright brown with the goodnight chocolate, and their tongues drowsily searching for belated crumbs housed insecurely on their shining cheeks.
Oh, Pete, I've never seen such a beautiful flower.
That's the tiger lily.
How would you like this or this? No, Smee, no, it is this.
Do what you have to do.
Smee, you heard her. Do what you have to do. I'll swing around the Jolly Roger.
I'll take the dinghy.
I'll relay my plan for when that pan comes back. Follow me when the deed is finished.
I'll make a bouquet of you, Canker Blossom.
It's Lilium lancifolium.
I knew it, lover. Some bane resistance. Not a Canker Blossom. Not on your deathbed.
If I am to die, no false names. I am the tiger lily, the perennial flower. I am to die, I am to die, I am to die. Do it. I'm not afraid.
You lubber, you take the fun from all of this.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find some way to enjoy yourself.
Ooh, a happy thought. Fresh lily.
Goodbye. I am to die. Neverland. Goodbye.
Doom awaits.
Ahoy there, you lubbers!
The captain. Johnny Corkscrew is poised and ready, Captain.
Set her free!
Set her free?
Yes! Cut her bonds and let her go!
But, Captain,
At once, do you hear? I'll plunge my hook in ya!
bold move, Captain. Aye,
Ahoy, Smee, ahoy.
Am I not a wonder? Oh, I am a wonder.
Captain is all well.
Oh,
He sighs.
oh,
He sighs again.
oh.
And yet a third time he sighs.
The game's up. Those boys have found a mother. I overheard a mermaid.
Oh, evil day.
We're done for now.
What's a mother?
He doesn't know.
What was that?
I heard nothing, Captain. What's a mother?
That bird on that nest that floats in the water, that is a mother. Yes, what a lesson. The nest must have fallen into the water. But would the mother deserve her eggs? No.
Captain, if they found a mother, perhaps she's waiting around here to help Peter.
Aye, that is the fear that haunts me.
Captain, can we not kidnap these boys' mother and make her our mother?
It is a princely scheme I've made. We will seize the children, carry them to the boat. The boys we will make walk the plank, and the mother shall be our mother.
Never.
What was that?
I see nothing.
Do you agree to capture her, my bully?
There's my hand on it.
And my hook. Swear.
Swear.
So, where is that flower? Have the mermaids yet made salad of her?
That's all right, Captain. I let her go.
Let her go!
What's her own orders? Called over the water to tell me to let her go.
Brimstone and gall. What trickery is this? I gave no such orders.
I heard them plain.
Once this dark lagoon tonight. Dost thou hear me?
Odds, bobs, hammer and tongs, I hear you.
Who are you, stranger? Speak!
I am James Hook, captain of the Jolly Roger.
You are not. You are not.
Brimstone and gall! Say it again and I'll cast anchor in you.
If you are Hook, come tell me. Who am I?
A codfish. Only a codfish.
A codfish?
Have I been captain all this time by a codfish? Lower my pride. Sir Peabody, Hook, have you another voice?
I have.
And another name?
Aye.
Vegetable.
No.
Mineral.
No.
Animal?
Yes.
Man!
No.
You ask him some questions.
I can't think of a thing. Are you a boy?
Yes.
Ordinary boy?
No.
Wonderful boy?
Yes. Can't guess. Can't guess. You give it up.
Yes. Yes.
Well then. I am Peter Pan.
Yeah!
Pan, now we have him. Into the water for me, take him dead or alive.
Yeah! Are you ready, boys? What bit me? Hey, what bit me? Isn't fair? Hey!
No one ever forgets their first unfairness. No one except for Peter Pan. He often meets it, but he always forgets it.
I suppose that's the real difference between him and all the rest.
So when he meets unfairness here, it's like the first time again, and he can just stare, helpless.
It isn't fair, hey!
Oh, save your finger!
I got it!
Let's celebrate!
Always want to be a little boy and have fun, you know? Always want to be young.
Don't worry, Peter Pan. We did it. We got him for now. You saved my life, and I saved yours. I'll always owe you now, and you'll always owe me.
We did, didn't we? I'm clever.
Hey, Peter, you've been wounded. Come, let me mother you.
I won't cry.
Hey, Peter, you cried to your mother.
It hurts, Wendy. Ow!
See, you're exactly like a boy.
I'll be fine, Wendy lady.
I'll have the final word on that. We've done it now, Peter. Partners for life. Let's celebrate. Blind ourselves on fairy dust and roll smoke from our ears. There's a daisy patch needs carousing. I'm sorry, Tiger Lily, but Peter must recuperate.
I'd love to, Tiger Lily.
Miss Lily, Peter appreciates the invitation, but he would have to decline. I know, Peter Pan. When we get hungry, I'll make us the meatballs you love. And don't worry, Mrs. Wendy. I'll have him home before the sun comes up. You could come too if you wanted to, but I assume you don't. I most certainly do not.
You'll have to start getting used to adventures, Wendy.
Perhaps the biggest adventure of all is that we are all several hours late for bed.
Then you should sleep soundly.
Very well. I shall leave your medicine out for you then, Peter.
Thank you, Wendy. I will take it as soon as I return. I do promise you that. A boy would have to celebrate. I would have to stay a boy forever. Forever isn't up yet. I promise I will take my medicine when I come back.
Do you swear?
I swear. I will see you soon, Wendy lady.
Peter, what are your exact feelings about me?
Those of a devoted son, Wendy.
That's what I thought.
Goodbye, Wendy.
You silly ass. I've heard that enough times. I no longer need translation. Good night, Tinkerbell. Oh, it is so dark. Good night, Neverland.
Hello? Is everyone gone? Peter? Wendy lady?
There you are. Why aren't you in bed?
I was waiting to be tucked in.
Oh, how totally sweet, for I shall do it.
Have you had adventures today, Mother?
Oh, yes, but they are not for a child's ears.
Could you tell me? I was hoping for a bedtime story.
Yes, you are right. Even at this hour, every child should have a story.
Start it, Wendy lady.
Lie down. There was once a gentleman.
I would much rather be a lady or a white rat.
Why, there was a lady also.
Did you mean that there is a lady also? She's not dead, is she?
No, not in the least. The gentleman's name was Mr. Darling, and hers Mrs. Darling. They were married, so can you guess what they had?
White rats.
No, they had a child who one day flew away.
It's an awful good story.
She flew away to the Neverland where the lost children are. Now I want for you to consider the feelings of those unhappy parents with their child flown away. Think of the empty beds.
It's awful sad. I don't see how we'll have a happy ending. I'm frightfully anxious, Mother.
Dear, if you knew how great a mother's love was, you would have no fear. Our heroine knew that her mother, that's Mrs. Darling, always leave the window open for her to fly back by. So she stayed away for years and had a lovely time.
Did she ever go back?
Now, let us take a peek into the future. Years have rolled by, and our child is now elegantly dressed, ever so much older than 20. Perhaps she has a child of her own by then.
We're rewarded for our sublime faith in her mother's love. So up the girl flew to her mommy and daddy's arms, right, Wendy? Wendy? Hello? So did she ever go back? Wendy?
Poisons me. I do have him now. I do. Yes, really still is the night. This is the hour when children in their homes are in bed. Compare with them this child, a pirate mother from now on. Split my infinitives, but 'tis my hour of triumph. Something tells me I should make my dying speech now, for when I die there may be no time for it. Mortals envy me, but perhaps it might have been better not to have had such ambition. When children play at Peter Pan, no one ever wants to be me. The strongest plays Peter, and they force the baby to play Captain Hook. The baby! That is where the canker goes!
I would want to play you, Captain.
Oh, they find Smee lovable. Pathetic Smee, the nonconformist pirate, a happy smile upon his face because he thinks they fear him.
Oh, but they do.
How could I break it to him? Smee, train the prisoner.
Mega heavy thoughts, Ivy Lily.
Adventure, springtime, imagination, and you. Here? Some.
Lived in the trees, fighting pirates. Meatball. Knock it off! Tink!
Don't drink your medicine, Peter. It was too big for me to spill out, but you can't drink it.
I promised Wendy I would, and I'm going to drink it. Why would you spill it out? You keep acting stranger and stranger.
I think we all know what's going on here, pixie dust.
What's going on?
Leave us alone, Tinkerbell. Go on, but Peter's poisoning your medicine.
Poison? Who would have poisoned it? Here it is, see?
You're jealous. Oh, you ass, you ass.
Tink, Wendy wouldn't poison my medicine. I'll drink it to prove it.
No!
What's gonna make you, dumbbell? I'll never make it up to her. She wanted to help me, you ruined everything. Oh, Tink!
You bastard.
It's poison? Who could possibly poison it?
He's
If you believe, clap your hands. To save Wendy!
Let's go save Wendy!
The moon rides in a cloudy heaven.
Aye. Nights like these, Captain.
Do you hear a single sound?
I do not.
Mouths that open shall stay open. It is the stillness of the end. I shall be tormented no longer. By now, Pan has read his fate. Yeah!
I won't get away with this, I won't stay here!
You could have walked the plank, Captain.
Oh, she'll come around, wrapped in blanket of night through which no sound can penetrate. Oh, man unfathomable, it is this hour of triumph. Fame, fame, that glittering bauble. It is mine.
Is it quite good form to be distinguished at anything?
Is it not bad form to speak of good form?
My child, you closer and closer approach the plank.
Fine then.
It's Pan I wanted, chiefly Pan, and I got him. Yeah! This is cockiness. Made the iron claw twitch, disturb me at night like an insect. There's no harm in that.
Yes, while he lived, you were a lion in a cage to which a sparrow had flown.
He still lives, I know it!
Oh, I bet. Listen, I'm not wholly evil. I love flowers and sweet music, and let it be frankly admitted, the idyllic nature of a scene stirs me profoundly. It takes a lot of inspiration to do what I do.
I hate you!
Oh, no little children love me!
Shall I voice your effect, Captain? You've been fine with a mother anyways. Why change now?
Very well.
What would your real mother say?
I wouldn't know her if I passed her. She'd be picking up on that by now.
Am I to die then? Playing in the garden with Nana, father teaching me to play piano, mother letting me try on her pearls.
What is she doing to me?
Think happy thoughts and I'll fly. My mother!
Oh, fly when Pan lies dead. Nothing can save you now.
Oh, I'm scared! Oh, Mum!
Hooker me this time!
Oh, God!
Ah, he lives.
You have gone too far now, Captain James Hook of the Jolly Roger.
Peter Pan the Avenger? Prepare to die.
Not so fast! Your doom! 'Tis your doom! I'll take this one!
We're surrounded, speak.
Captain, I can Johnny corkscrew the lily at least. Yield to the lost one.
Pan speak. Pan. So, Pan, this is all your doing?
Aye, James Hook, it is all my doing.
Proud and insolent youth.
Dark and sinister man, shall we all have at thee?
Pan, who and what art thou?
I'm youth. I'm joy. I'm the little bird that has broken out of the egg.
Yeah.
James Hook, thou art wholly unheroic figure. Farewell. To die, well, really is the greatest adventure.
Speak now!
Wendy!
Meanwhile, Mrs. Darling had no proper spirit. She'd aired Wendy's bed, and she never leaves the house, and always leaves the window open.
When the child flew away, Mr. Darling felt in his bones that all the blame was his.
Wendy? Wendy? Oh, I dreamt our dear one had come back.
Good heavens, if I had been, if I had been...
George, you are as full of remorse as ever, aren't you?
I am responsible for it all. I, George Darling, did it. Mea culpa, mea culpa. I lost our child.
If only I had not accepted that invitation to die. It had begun so uneventfully, so precisely like 100 other evenings.
Oh, shut the window, dear. I feel a draught.
Oh, George, never ask me to do that. The window must always be left open for her. Always, always.
Peter, I must go home at once.
We're going. We're driving there, Wendy, wherever it may lead us. Oh, to have a jolly roger, Wendy.
No, Peter, I mean home. Oh, perhaps Mother is half in mourning by this time. Will you make the necessary arrangements?
If you wish it.
I'm not asking you to pass the nuts, Peter. I'm asking you to go home. Not so much as sorry to lose you.
You can go home if you wish it, Wendy.
What are you doing, Peter?
Every time you breathe in Neverland, a grown-up dies, Wendy.
Oh, awful! I must go home at once.
No, Wendy, you can't go. Peter, let's keep her prisoner. Chain her out.
No! She can go if she likes. Tiger Lily will guide you through nature, and then you know your happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts, Wendy.
Thank you, Peter.
You know now how to cross the sea?
I suppose I won't be seeing you again then, Peter.
You might.
Well, you won't forget me, will you? You won't forget saving me from Captain Hook.
Who is Captain Hook?
Peter, you've slain him for me.
I forget them after I kill them. Go if you're going, Wendy.
Dear ones, if you will all come with me, I feel almost certain I could get my mother and father to adopt you. All of you.
Peter, can we go too?
All right.
Terrific! Get your things then, Peter.
No! I'm not going with you, Wendy. He is.
But Peter, we could find your real mother.
No, perhaps she would say I was old and I just always want to be a little boy and to have fun.
But Peter!
No! If you find your mother, I hope you will like her.
I'm not a noodle for wanting to go. I stay with Peter Pan.
Of course I do too.
Now then, no fuss, no blubbering. Goodbye, Wendy.
You won't forget to change your plans now, will you, Peter?
Are you ready, my tiger?
Aye.
Then lead the way. She will think her mother is far out. She will have to go back.
This trick had been in his head all the time.
Look. Wendy's mother sleeps.
Wendy,
my mother. She cries in her sleep. I'm fond of her too. But we can't both have her. She will make the best of it.
Night lights, protect my sleeping child. A mother's eyes. Night lights.
Burn clear and steadfast.
Mother!
Wendy?
Father!
Wendy? Oh,
No.
no.
You can't see Neverland bang. The wonders of it might hurt your eyes.
It's shut! The window's shut! Our mother will leave it open!
No, Wendy.
How much time has passed?
I don't know.
My mother looks so very old.
Does this mean I can't go either?
Think a happy thought, Wendy. We can fly. You can take care of us. We can do adventure things.
Think happy thoughts.
Yes.
Think happy thoughts.
Yes.
Think happy thoughts.
Yes.
Think happy yes.
Yes.
A rainbow after the biggest storm. A sweet shop with every flavor imaginable. Animals on the farm. A last glimpse of Wendy shows her at the window. As you look at Wendy, you may see her hair become white and her figure small, for all this happened so long ago. Her daughter Jane is grown now and had a daughter of her own called Margaret. And Margaret grows and has a daughter too, who will in turn be Peter's mother. And thus it will continue as long as children are carefree and innocent and heartless. And we will recede into the sky until we are all as small as stars.